Today we have another Quora video, but what I plan on doing for this video is, instead of covering 3 to 7 answers a video, I plan on covering the entire month of January. Now this is going to be like a skim through, and unfortunately I'm not going to be able to have it as separate videos where I can tackle subjects separately, but as time is sort of running out with this channel, I need to make sure I wrap things up with the Quora and cover as much as I can before time is out. Now, where I left off was, how can I achieve all of my goals in 2024? I'm pretty sure that was the last question I answered. Well, I reviewed in a video, and from there is January 13th. And moving on from January 13th until the end of January, hopefully we can cover some good questions. And it's all here. So if you ever want to see any of specific questions and answers, you can see them here. Someone had asked if someone had asked because they are having a mental breakdown, that what should they do? I told them to take a few deep breaths and mainly just kind of focus on calming down in the moment. Meditate via closing your eyes and focus on your breathing or any one thing. Take a break, and most importantly, seek professional help. I told the person here a few things, so taking a break, taking deep breaths, meditating with your eyes closed, and seeking help. Those things are for in the moment kind of things, and it's hard to remember all of them at once. But it's important to just have them in mind, and with practice, it will become something that you revert to automatically. Someone here had asked about their energy being drained, and I talk about happiness. Can someone break out of their comfort zone without causing trouble or running away? One way is starting off small. Slowly stepping out of your comfort zone can make it easier. Yeah, so you need to be someone who takes small steps when you're breaking out of your comfort zone, because if you are someone who keeps pushing boundaries against yourself, you will find yourself less inclined to take risk, to try new things out. A few questions here. What can I do today to become the best version of myself tomorrow? Ask yourself what task would make you feel better or improve an aspect of your life. Write those down and research what tasks or goals help you work towards improving or enjoying the aspect or hobby. Yeah, so you have to be intentional, you have to write things down, you have to plan. If you want to become better, planning ahead is the best move forward. At least if you want to take intentional steps. I find this one a bit funny because I've just been given advice, but aren't life coaches the most stupid thing? How bad does your life have to be to want one? I think lives can get that bad, to be honest. I spent 2 months on here and I have seen some people that really want helps in their lives. Everyone has their own struggles, so it was good to see it from others' perspectives. I don't see myself as a life coach. I just see myself as someone giving out advice, as any one of you can do also. So I'm just like you. We are all like each other. I don't have any motivation to live. What should I do? Seek professional help. If it ever gets to that point, just seek professional help. I feel like Quora is not the place to go. Go into a real place like a suicide prevention. Calling suicide prevention lines is the best way to go. My goal is to know everything. That's impossible. There's 0% chance of achieving this. Yeah. Set realistic goals, really. That's one of the things that I value the most, and one thing I've learned in terms of lesson-wise. Set goals that are realistic so that you can actually achieve them. How do you strike the balance between work, personal life, and pursuing your passions? That's something I wish I could do. I can't. It's hard for me to do that. I'm learning every day. I'm trying my best. An effective way for me to balance things out is to schedule ahead of time. I have an idea of what activities, leisures, and responsibilities I want to attend to for that week at the start of the week. If things don't go according to plan, I can adjust. It is better off to have a plan for things to go against rather than having nothing to start off or work with. Yeah, definitely, because the caveat that comes into play when you plan ahead is things that are out of your control that pop up, that things are like events or occasions or unfortunate things that happen. Those things you cannot control or plan for, because they just happen without you being able to plan ahead of it. It's just something that comes up. So the better route to go is to still plan ahead, because if you don't plan ahead, things will start to become uncontrollable, at least from my own experience. So planning ahead is something that's vital. I want to look at my personal development as an empire building. How do I do that? Start with the foundation. Build a good mindset by learning what are productive and beneficial thought patterns, habits, and attitudes. I don't think I answered that question, to be honest. I'm looking at it now and I did not answer that question. Unfortunately, I don't think I got the question clearly. And the question is not really that clear altogether, but that is not answering the empire building question. How can I improve a bad habit? Replace it with a good habit. At times, replacing things can be easier than removing them entirely. Yeah, it's a lot easier to replace things. And for example, if you look at if you take a shelf, for example, if you have an object on a shelf and you remove it, you'll always notice that empty space. But if you replace that object with a new object that you prefer, it's not as empty as leaving it empty. If you kind of, obviously that was just a basics. That was like saying red is a color red, but leaving it empty always brings up the question, oh, how can I fill up the space? And then you just bring back the old thing again. So in that same way, if you remove a habit without replacing it, there is always incentive for you to bring back that old habit. So replacing it is a better option. Why do we review books? To share perspectives of an author's work, showing what you understood from his or her book. Yeah, it's a great thing, because the author sharing his or her book, they're sharing their perspective, and when you review a book, you're sharing your perspective, and there's just a lot of perspectives involved, which can add an entire picture to things. What is a habit that has significantly improved your productivity and overall well-being? Positive affirmations has been a very significant habit, and I can say that it has improved my life since I started using them. For sure. How do you handle failures? How do you handle failure and setbacks, and what have they taught you? Take some things with a grain of salt. Accept that failure is common. Turn your failures into lessons for growth. Yeah, if you're able to switch, if you're able to turn things around in terms of a failure into a lesson, if you're able to turn a failure into a lesson, you are in a very great place, and you should be very proud of yourself, because that's something amazing. How do I build a learning habit? Is there any method of learning that is effective? Reading, writing, conversating, and meditating are great methods to learn new things. Make it your own and share it with others. What is the best advice you can give for a 25-year-old person? One great piece of advice is to envision a future of a worry-free version of yourself, achieving your goals. This gives you something to look forward to and work towards. Now, if you remember what book I had got this piece of advice from, put it in the comment section. I'll be surprised if you can remember. Even I can't remember, but I know I got it from a book. How can I build confidence in myself? A great method is to incorporate positive self-talk into your daily routine. Consistently take small steps, and you will start to believe and live your positive self-talk. Yeah, it's important to, well, I keep saying it's important to, but it is important to understand that positive self-talk is an avenue for you to start practicing what you believe. It allows you to start living that positive self-talk that you've fostered up, that you've practiced every day. It's an effective way to get you started on the integrity aspect of things, following what you believe, practicing things that you stand for. Why do we chase our dreams? To see the outcome of what we desire. The sense of achievement is something we crave. What needs to be done to keep a good mind? Produce good thoughts and follow up with good actions. So action and thoughts are the combination you need to have. What factors or motivations prevent you from giving up when facing challenges or adversity? Resistance like fear, like self-doubt, fear, embarrassment, anxiety, and envy. All of the mentioned and more are challenges for people when it comes to facing challenges and adversity. Yeah, there are many factors that prevent you from doing things, and it's for you to figure out how strong are you as a person, and are you willing to continue going? How do you change the way you think? Learn about different perspectives, travel the world, read books, talk to new people, and put yourself in the mindset of seek first to understand and then to be understood. Now put in the comments if you know which book this is from. This book, the book this is referring to is the seven Habits of Highly Effective People. I'm pretty sure the second or third habit. What factors contribute to people giving up on their dreams? How can someone overcome these obstacles to pursue their goals in life? One contributor is self-doubt. Hesitating because you lose belief in yourself and your abilities is a devastating reason for failure. You can overcome this with positive self-talk and creating an environment where growth is encouraged. I was trying to think of what I can add on to that, but that's a pretty good one. And hopefully you're reading these as I'm going up. If you feel the need to, if you see a question that you like, all of these are here for you to go. So I'm going to be scrolling kind of very slowly on these. We'll end off on these two questions here. And where's this one here? What's the best way to overcome shyness? Put yourself in social situations, journal your experiences and goals, ask for feedback from people you trust, and repeat this cycle. This alone will do great things for you, for your shyness, if you want to be more open and confident. What are some strategies for overcoming imposter syndrome and building self-confidence in my abilities? Imposter syndrome and lack of confidence can be caused by many factors. The one I will focus on is unhealthy comparison to others. When you find yourself comparing your abilities and life to others, ask yourself a few questions like, is it fair? Is there a fair comparison? Do we share similar circumstances? Is this beneficial to my growth? Those sort of questions shift you away from judging yourself unfairly and feeling not yourself worth it, or begin lacking the confidence in your abilities. So really, imposter syndrome can come from comparing yourself to others, and that's a big factor to it. What is some good advice that you've ever gotten or received? I feel like this is the best question to end this video off on. Wow. Ask questions, make sure to be curious, and ask about things you are unaware of. I think I got this from my work, where it's important to ask questions and important to engage in topics that you're unfamiliar with, so you can figure out how you can learn more on it. Be curious so you can figure out more about life. Curiosity is the most important avenue when it comes to learning and asking questions. That is the attitude to have. So curiosity is essential. Now, I will talk about why I'm on a kind of a time scale, but eventually I plan on moving things forward, and I think I'm gonna save it for a video. I have it in mind to discuss why I want to move forward with everything. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope January has been clear. It seems that January was a productive month in terms of answers.